Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Josh.
And I'm Erin.
And we're back with another totally blind head-to-head where we react to the pours and the prices before we find out what we're drinking.
If it's an available product, is it worth the money?
If it's hard to find, is it worth the hype and the hunt?
Stay tuned to find out. Welcome to the channel, bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer.
Today, we're going to randomly select one of these pairings from our blind sample pool and taste two of the pairs, or one of the pairs, two of the glasses, totally at random, so that you get our honest opinion on what's in the glass, separate and apart from any hype or bias. In the end, we'll give each pour what we call a real-world score, which is based on what we learn from the blind tasting, as well as, once we find out what we're drinking, the price and the availability, and most importantly, whether we would actually spend our money again on what's in the glass.
If that sounds good to you, we do these head-to-heads once a week, and it'd really help us out if you went ahead and liked this video. And while you're there, you can subscribe so you don't miss any of these in the future.
And if you like blind tastings, be sure to check the video description below for a link to our Patreon. Over there, we have our community element of the channel, but it's also where you can get a little bit more interactive with the channel. And like I said, if you like blind tastings, you can do some blind tastings with us. Some blind flight nights that we do with our community, sample swaps, giveaways, all kinds of stuff. You can find that down there.
Also, if for some reason you want any Stuff and Whiskey merch, we do have a store. Josh is sporting a little merch right here.
This is my new favorite shirt. I'm never going to wear another one.
Yeah, he bought many in multiple colors, so be prepared to see them a lot.
Yeah.
But go ahead and head on over to stuffandwhiskey.com to see those.
All right, let's run our randomizer and see which one of these pairs we're tasting today.
15.
18, 17, 16, 15.
Cool.
Okay, cool. We'll get these poured and we'll be right back with our first impressions on both glasses. All right, let's get into glass one. Cheers. Don't get too deep. Is she hot?
Yeah, too late.
There's some goodness there, though.
This is a spicy senorita.
Oh, yeah. This has got some heat to it on the nose.
Ethanol and some red hots.
Yeah, okay, I see your cinnamon. Yeah, I can see that. I'm getting more of like a praline type of nose, like chocolate, pecan, some caramel.
No, I'm not even getting any of that.
But there's a lot of cinnamon, there's a lot of caramel, there's a lot of ethanol on the nose, at least right now.
Those things I'm getting, but not praline or chocolate.
It smells good, but it smells like it's mad. It smells like it's angry.
It smells like it's me when it's hangry. When I'm hangry.
Yeah. Let's get into the palate here and see what we're working with. A little bit nervous.
Oh my gosh.
It's got some proof.
She beat me up.
It's drying on the back end. Wow, it's so oily. It's like making me salivate, but
I can hear that.
To me, I hope you can't hear it, but to me, this is like banana walnut bread that somebody accidentally dumped a lot of alcohol on top of.
I feel like this is red hots doused in alcohol.
There's some cinnamon there.
I'm not getting banana. I'm not getting chocolate. I'm getting cinnamon and alcohol.
Well, now that you said chocolate, I'm getting that too.
I'm not getting. You said that earlier. I'm not getting that.
No, I said banana bread.
No, in the nosing section, you said chocolate.
Oh, did I? I don't remember what I said.
Okay, let's do a second sip.
Yeah, we got to get a second sip on this because we got to. Hopefully now we've acclimated to what the proof is packing.
Yeah.
And let's see what we're working with here.
Okay. So I'm still getting cinnamon. I'm getting that drying like oak that you're
on
that
the
you were
very
talking
back
about,
end. Yeah.
At the very end, but before that, it's still like hot alcohol.
Yeah. I'm getting. This is like hot caramel. Like it's a ton of caramel. It's a caramel bomb. There's some vanilla. There's some classic bourbon stuff going on in there. But what's at the forefront is caramel, vanilla, oak. I like it, but boy, it took me by surprise. Yep. We're going to need to take a second, take a sip of water, and then we'll get it in the glass two after we let ourselves recover a little bit from glass one.
Yep.
Give me a tissue, please. That one made my nose run. That one mollywopped me. All right, let's get into glass two and see what is packing. I'm going to imagine it's probably going to be similar in comparison to glass one.
Brace yourself.
Brace yourself. Oh, wow.
It smells different. It smells oaky.
It smells oaky and banana syrupy.
I wanted to say something, but it's going to sound bad. I don't mean this bad. It kind of has a faint urine-esque.
What is
Smell.
with you in this?
It's not.
It's like high proof ports. Is there like
It's not
an
bad.
astringent acidity that you're picking up on?
I have no idea, and it's not off-putting. I don't mean that like it's. I don't mean that it's bad.
I'm just gonna take a wild guess here, but like everybody's tastes differ. I'm imagining everybody's urine differs a little bit, so like I don't know what yours smells like.
Oh my gosh!
But this ain't what mine smells like.
This
is. I'm just saying, like this to me is. These are both in the banana bread type of wheelhouse, but they're coming at it from two different ways.
I'm getting
yes, ma'am.
soggy pretzels.
Yeah,
like,
there's a breadiness there.
Not soft pretzels. Yeah. Soggy, like hard pretzels.
Soaked in alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a breadiness there.
That might be what I said just a minute ago was urine-y. It was like a soft pretzel. Like a soggy pretzel, I'm sorry.
I've never eaten a pretzel and thought that. But let's get into the palate on Glass 2. This is a super big ringing endorsement for Glass 2. Let's see what we have on the palate.
I do like the nose. Let's go.
Let's go.
It's more tame than I expected it to be.
Yeah, that's more well crafted. Glass 1 is really brash. This is very rounded.
Yeah, this is more tame. I expected it to like put up a fight, but it's like very kind.
It's still big flavor.
Yeah.
Like the flavor is building and lingering, but Glass 1 was a sledgehammer, and this right here is like whatever other hammer is not so aggressive as a sledgehammer.
Just a regular
It's like
hammer?
a ball peen hammer. But then that kind of tastes like anyways, terrible analogy. Let's get into sip 2 on Glass 2.
Okay. Yeah, this is just pleasant. I get some like oakiness. It's kind of drying. It's also kind of warm on the back of my mouth, but it's not abrasive.
This is wild. Like these are so in the same flavor profile. Like Glass 2 is a very walnut heavy banana bread with booze and maple syrup drizzled over it.
I get walnut for sure.
And Glass number 1 is more like banana bread with booze drizzled over it, less walnuts, less nutty.
I think
no maple syrup, more caramel.
I disagree. Syrup. I think Glass 1 is more cinnamon, more hot.
It's got cinnamon.
More hot, spicy, like cinnamon.
Yeah. So if you like a spicy senorita, you might like Glass 1 more. And if you like
I do like a spicy senorita though.
Well, you are a spicy senorita.
I don't know.
You know what? We're going to spend some time with these two pours before we go too far off the rails here, and we'll be back with our full thoughts on both these glasses right after these messages. All right, after spending some time with both of these pours, what do you think? Let's start with Glass 1, naturally.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Glass 1, it gets a thumbs up on the nose.
Okay.
Just okay on the flavor, and just okay on experience.
Wow. Okay. For me, it's going to get a thumbs up on the nose, thumbs up on the flavor, thumbs up on the experience. We'll talk about it in a minute.
Okay.
Let's move on to Glass 2. Where are you at?
Thumbs up on nose, thumbs up on flavor, thumbs up on experience.
Glass 2 for me also got thumbs up on the nose, thumbs up on the flavor, thumbs up on the experience. What was your experience here? How did these two compare for you?
So, for me, Glass 1 was just kind of offensive.
Aggressive.
That's better.
Aggressive to the point of being offensive to some palates.
Yeah. And I know if you want like a big, strong, bold flavor, that's a good one. And I do appreciate that. But I like one that's a little bit more well-rounded. Yeah. Like as far as not as offensive. I like aggressive, but not offensive. Let's just say that.
Which is Glass 2, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, I said Glass 1 was like caramel, boozy banana bread with cinnamon on top. And then Glass 2 was more of like a boozy walnut. I can't even read my own writing.
Banana bread.
A boozy walnut banana bread. Glass 2 had like a little bit more of like a tannic oak drying note on the finish. Mm-hmm. Whereas Glass 1 had like a little bit more of like an alcohol.
Yeah.
Proofy, astringent drying note on the back end of it. But like these are literally two sides of the same coin, and I couldn't pick a favorite. Like sometimes I want bold and brash, and sometimes I want a little bit more of a well refined, but they're both great.
I liked Glass 2 a little better. And also glass 2 for me, it was like a very slow, warm Kentucky hug.
Yeah, it rolls in slow.
It was very slow. It was like in the back of my mouth and then kind of down my throat. Like it was very slow, and I was like, okay, I'm here for
whereas
it.
glass 1 is like a straight up punch in the mouth.
Yeah.
In the face. Like it kicks in the door and lets you know it's there.
It's harsh at first, and then it kind of tames down. Whereas I think glass 1 was like tame at first, and then it warmed up.
Yeah.
Or glass 2, I'm sorry. Glass 2 was tame and then warmed up.
It's a very interesting comparison. They seem like they're from the same family to me.
Okay.
Like the flavor profiles are so similar, but they just come at their business from a different way. Like this is like that rowdy cousin that's always getting into trouble. And then this is like that cousin's uncle who
the cousin
is
that
also
like
trouble.
that like went to Stanford.
Yeah, but he's trouble too though.
Yeah, he's trouble, but he's also kind of refined trouble.
Let's find out what we've been drinking and how much they cost, which I'm fascinated to find that out. Based on what these glasses are presenting to us on the proof level, personally speaking,
Yep.
I'd be stunned if either one of these are much less than like $80 or $90. Like
Really?
you're just gonna pay for proof. Like
I mean,
there's a lot of proof going on in both these glasses.
They taste proofy, yep.
If they're much more, or if they're much less than $80, I'd be surprised. So you had a preference towards glass 2
Correct.
easily.
Yes.
It was a coin flip for me. I'd probably, if I had to pick another pour of another one, I would get another pour of glass 2 tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But there's plenty of nights where I'd gravitate towards glass 1 when I
Okay.
want that really bold, brash flavor profile.
That's fair.
So glass number 1 is number 55.
Okay.
What's the price on it?
Oh, $90.
That checks out.
Yeah.
56?
$90 as well.
Really?
They're both about the same, yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, two sides of the same coin. That checks out. What's number 55?
Old Forester Barrel Strength
That checks
Bourbon, and it's 128.1 proof.
Wow. Okay. That checks out. 56 is?
Old Forester Barrel Strength Rye,
That's a rye?
27.6 proof. Yeah, I would not have guessed that's a rye
Oh, wow.
at all.
Oh, wow. Dude, I put this matchup in our blind head-to-head pool a year ago.
Oh, really?
It was so early on in the channel. I've been waiting for this to pop up.
I would not have ever guessed that's a rye.
Now that I know it's a rye, I can smell it and taste, and I can get the mintiness.
Well, of course you can,
But
because that's why we do it blind.
But smell it and think mint, not taste mint, but smell it and think mint.
Well, yes, of course I can.
That's there.
I think maybe that's what when I say urine, maybe it's mint. Remember this one is when I said
And you like rye, so you like urine?
No, I don't. There's some. I'm done. I think it's the mintiness.
This is staying in.
I think that's fine, but it's the mintiness.
It's like a sharp acidicness.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think that's what I'm
Yeah.
getting, and I'm saying it's kind of urine-esque, but it's mint.
I think acidic, but when you take a piece of peppermint gum in the mouth or something, like, you don't think acidic.
Yeah,
It's just mint is very bright
yeah.
and cooling. When I put this matchup in our blind sample pool, I thought when it popped up that Old Forester Single Barrel Rye would stand out so much different than the bourbon. And based on just what we know non-blind, I thought we would both vastly prefer the rye.
Well, I did.
And I thought we would both rank these both way high. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, I thought this would be out of the park, high scores on both of these, and they didn't come across that way. And these are hard to find, heavily allocated products, especially the rye. For our consumer scoring section, our consumer discussion, we've got our retail side of the equation and our consumer side of the equation. Retail being the price and availability, consumer being, as consumers, would we buy it again or not? So Old Forester, Single Barrel, Barrel Strength, Bourbon, and Rye, both very difficult to get in our market. Your market may differ. In our market, the rye is much more difficult to find, but they're both very difficult to find. It's about $90 for both of them. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I get frustrated with these products because I like them, but they're not available. So let's get into our scoring here. Where are you at on Old Forester Single Barrel, Barrel Strength, Bourbon?
So I did give it officially just okay on retail score. I kind of want to give it a thumbs down, but my official score is just okay.
Okay.
It's a soft just okay.
Okay.
Because I didn't love it and the availability is kind of crappy, but I don't want to dog it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a powerful product.
But if it were on a shelf in front of you for $90, would you buy it?
Oh. I'm going to say no. So I did
hard pass.
Officially give it just
hard
okay,
pass.
But I'm changing it to a hard pass.
Hard pass.
It's a hard pass.
You're not paying $90 for another one of these.
No. Heck no. Actually, yeah, that's an F no.
All right. For me, it's For me, it's a thumbs down on retail score. Like, it's just not available. I think in the past I've given it a just okay, because in the past you could get to a store within 24 hours and be able to get a bottle, but it's become harder and harder to get in our market. Well, so thumbs down on retail.
And we have a life. We can't always drop everything.
We got jobs and lives and all that stuff. So bourbon hunting is not our forte. However, would I buy it if I run across one? Thumbs up. Single barrel product. I want to get my hands on it. I love this one. It didn't come across that way today for me.
That checks out though overall.
But
what I know about you.
Yeah, I've tried multiple single barrels of Old Forester single barrel strength, and I've loved all of them when I know what I'm drinking. Let's move into the Old Forester single barrel strength rye. Okay. Where are you at?
So I'm same as the bourbon, just okay
on the retail
score. It's like meh. I don't love it, but it's just okay. However, I did prefer it vastly over the bourbon, so it's not going to get a thumbs down. It's going to get a just okay on the consumer score. I might buy it again if I had like an extra $90 and I'm like, how should I spend this? Then I'd buy that.
For me, it's going to get a thumbs down on retail. It's harder to find than the bourbon, and unfortunately, you liked it better, that's par for the course. That should check out.
Yeah.
But me, I kind of, if I had to get another pour one of these two tonight, I would gravitate towards the rye. Unfortunately, it's harder to find in our market. It's just the way it is. I wish Old Forester would make more of this stuff, but they won't, or they don't, or it doesn't hit our market, or we don't have access to it, as the case may be. Whatever. As far as whether I would buy it again or not for $90, I'm actually, because of the rarity and because I do really like it, I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up on consumer score.
Snap.
If I were at a store that had this for $90 and they had a limit 2 per person, I would buy 2 bottles.
Really?
So I'm giving it 2 thumbs up.
We get our real world scores by adding up the thumbs you see on the screen.
There are 10 possible points available, but this is not Jackie Zykin's 10-point scoring system.
Nope. It's more like a bell curve.
And bell curves are what they are.
Bell-like.
They're bell-like, and most things fall in the 4 to 6 point range out of a 10-point scoring system. So let's get into it.
Okay.
Old Forester single barrel shrinks across the board. On the bourbon, glass 1, where are you at?
Oh, man. It was a 2.5 for me.
Wow.
It just wasn't for me. I think maybe it was just, I want to say it was a proof, but the other one was very proofy as well. It just wasn't as well-rounded for me, and I didn't like it.
Yeah. To me, it gets a 4 out of 10, and that is on the low end of the bell curve. For you, that makes sense. Like, it's 2.5 out of 10.
Yep.
It's a high price tag, hard to get.
Yep.
You're probably not going to go out on a limb and buy another bottle of it.
Correct.
But for me, I absolutely would.
You would. And that plays into the personal preference of whiskey.
Right. And there are some nights where I would gravitate towards this. So we do like having a bottle of this around. Luckily, well, actually, as of the filming of this bottle is gone.
Oh, okay.
We have drank through this bottle, and we actually have another bottle thanks to a special someone who sent one our way, which we cannot be more thankful of, and it's coming up in future blind head-to-heads.
Ooh.
As far as the rye goes, where are you at?
So the rye for me gets a 4 out of 10, which is
checks out
in the middle point range, on the lower end, but still in the midpoint range. I just tend to like ryes, and also that being said, I didn't know this was a rye, but it drank more well-rounded.
Seemed bourbony.
It seemed bourbony. I would never have guessed this was a rye, but it just seemed more well-rounded and less sharp in any direction.
Yeah, for me, it gets a 5 out of 10. Now that I just smelled it some more, I'm getting like an Andes candy type of like chocolate mint type of vibe to it. It's really good. I honestly thought both of these would score higher, and at least the barrel strength bourbon has scored higher in previous head-to-heads. If you want to look back through our channel catalog, the rye, as far as I know, this is the first time it's popped up in a double blind head-to-head where we didn't know what we were tasting. So the hype of the label doesn't get to influence what we're experiencing. And it was really good. It was really well-rounded. Yeah. But it didn't, neither one of these completely blew me away tonight.
They didn't blow me away well enough for the price tag.
Yeah.
For me.
Due to the rarity, I would be willing to pay both of that for both of these, but I wouldn't be willing to go secondary prices or like price gouging store prices where they're putting this at like 150 or 200 and they're putting this at like 250 or 300.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
that's fair.
You know, as always, we're dipping our toes into who these are for. So let's talk about who these are for. I think the major disclaimer here is do not venture into Old Forester single barrel strength anything if you don't love proof. A lot of people say, especially these bourbons, drink lava hot. And
this one did.
Well, in this one in the past hasn't for us.
Interesting.
But tonight it came across very brash, very bold, not bad, but it could be off-putting depending on your mood. So buyer beware based on your budget and your budget consciousness. If parting with $90 is going to hurt your feelings if you get a single barrel and you don't like it, then it's probably best to steer clear of both of these products. But if you like trying single barrels like we do, and you have the money in the budget and you're ready to drop a little bit of coin on either one of these, I think they're worth buying. I'm not sure either one of them are worth paying a premium for, like $150 or $250.
Yeah.
But yeah, Old Forester's doing really good stuff, and these single barrels do deliver, but you got to be ready for the proof that's coming your way. And if you're ready to get more involved in the channel and what we're doing over here, just by watching this, you already signed up to be part of what we do every year with our charity live stream.
Yep.
We do it every October. You can check the video description for our email address below. Erin's wearing her To Write Love on Her Arms
this is
shirt.
The charity that we support. They are an advocate for mental health. They provide help and hope for anyone going through any mental health issues. And we will raise money for them every year. And last year, I think we raised about
$15,150. And this year, we're trying to hopefully double that, if not exceed that.
Yes.
So we're working on that. And you can be part of that.
We, as in we, the community, us, you, we just hosted the platform. You guys were the ones that actually made it happen.
Yeah.
And we want to do it again this year.
Yeah. So if you want to donate a bottle and help raise money for the cause, you can do that via the video description with the email address in that aforementioned video description below. Email us. Email us if you want to donate a bottle.
Just hit us up.
Yeah.
It's all below.
Yeah.
You'll see it.
Absolutely.
And on that note, that's it for this week. Thanks so much for watching.
Till next week, guys. Cheers. I just want to get this done so you can eat. You're not mad at me.
Let's go. You're right. I don't want to be mad at you.
I mean, you want to talk about all this other stuff, and I'm happy to talk about that stuff. But you will get mad at me if we don't eat on time.
I will. You're right. You're not wrong. So I'm going to listen.
I'm looking out for my future self. Okay.
Smart. You're a smart man. Let's go.
You're finally being lovey-dovey now, but when 7:30 hits and you're still not eating,
and I haven't eaten dinner yet, I'm gonna be so hangry.
You're gonna be so mad at 6 o'clock, Josh.
I will be. Like, I hate 6 o'clock, Josh.
Right. I feel like Glass One is like an old wooden roller coaster that makes you think that you might die.
Like, it's like a long, lingering heat, and it's like slow moving. Like, it started in the back of my mouth, and now it's like, I feel like heat right here.
I don't know if I need Tums or I need Jesus, but I need some intervention right now. I think these are both single barrels. So you get what you get. You don't fuss a bit.
You need to say that more. You used to say that all the time. I love that.
What's better? You get what you get and you don't throw a fit, or you get what you get and you don't fuss a bit?
I like fuss a bit.
I like throw a fit.
I like fuss a bit because it's more like you.
I'm a fussy?
No, you're just kind of more country. It's more
fussing is country.
Yeah.
Why y'all fussing over there? Break it up. Why y'all fussing over there?
Yeah, I like that.
When you go to the grocery store and you have, what do they call them? That you push with the wheels and you put the groceries in.
The carts?
No.
You call them buggies?
They're buggies.
Oh, yeah, that's...
I worked at Kroger for 2 years at my first job, 16, 17. You weren't on cart duty. Actually, I think they did call it cart duty.
Yeah,
I think I called it buggy duty.
You call it buggy duty because you're country.
Dadgummit. You can't look at what I think they are. No, I try not to think about what they are. I don't want my unintentional, I think these are this, influencing you.
Dang it.
Back off.
Your cat-like reflexes are too much.
I'm a cat. I'm a kitty cat.
We get our real world scores by adding up the thumbs you see on the screen.
There are 10 possible points available, but this ain't like Jaggy Zykins. I said Jake.
We get our real world scores by adding up the thumbs you see on the screen.
There are 10 possible points available, but this ain't Jackie. Dadgummit. I got in my head about it. Why is Jackie Zykin so hard to say?
We get our real world scores.
I'm so sorry. I can't help it.
And on that note, that's it for this week. Thanks so much for watching.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay.
You were kind of leaned into me too.
Yeah. And on that note, that's it for what?
No.
Nope.
On that note, it's it for watching that.